What is going on, folks? So today I've got me 5 iPhones to test out. I want to do some comparison between all 5 iPhones. Now let me just introduce you guys to all these iPhones, okay? 13 Pro Max, 14 Pro Max, 15 Pro Max, 16 Pro Max, and this is the one I'm using, 17 Pro Max. Let me up the brightness on that one, okay? Audio is not coming straight out of these phones. If you guys want to do an audio test, obviously let me know. I can do an audio test for y'all, but today just all about image quality, okay? So obviously, as you can see right now, it's all recording at the same time on the front facing camera. This is the lowest quality camera on the whole phone, in my opinion. So what do y'all think? 13 Pro Max. I'm gonna step back, let you guys see more of the background. There we go. 14 Pro Max. Let's flip over to that one. And now the 15 Pro Max. Let's switch over to the 16 Pro Max now. And then the 17 Pro Max, which is obviously got the best sensor right now. But they really upgraded. What they really upgraded on the 17 Pro Max was the zoom sensor, the telephoto sensor. We're gonna get into all of that in a second, but right now I wanted you guys to see the front facing camera. What do you guys think, huh? Got a beautiful background back here, lots of greens. The one thing that I do need you guys to focus on though is the sky. Look how blown out the skies are, okay? So look at that. I'm gonna step out of the frame really quickly, let you guys see that, let the camera focus. And then look at the water reflection. That's where most of the blown out highlights are going to be. All right. Okay, so you guys ready to look at the back camera? Let's do it. Okay, so right now, all of the cameras are using the one time. I'm gonna change it over to the 0.5. Okay, so the first thing that you, obviously I forgot about this. So you can see that it says 0.5 right there. But while it's recording, you cannot change to 0.5. Okay, you can't change to 0.5 on the 13 Pro Max. Okay, now, can I change to 0.5 on the 14 Pro Max? Nope. While it's recording, you can't change that to Pro Max to 0.5. On the 15 Pro Max, this is the 15 Pro Max. Swap to 0.5. You can do that on the 15 Pro Max. So that's the difference right there already. Going from 14 to 15, you can actually change to 0.5 while it is recording. Obviously, if 15 can do it, that means 16 can do it as well. So you can do there. And here is 17, which obviously is the latest and greatest. So you can do that. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and 13 and 14, you cannot do that. Even though the options is there, I cannot do it. You can zoom in though to 3 times, but not 0.5. Same thing here with 14. You can zoom all the way in to like 6 times, but you can't do 0.5. Okay, so right now everything is at 0.5. 13 Pro Max 0.5, 14, 15, 16, 17, all at 0.5. Now let's take a look. So this is 0.5. This is the lens that I use the most out of all the lens on cameras. I use this lens the most, and because it just gives you this really, really nice look to it. Okay. I mean, they really focus on this lens sensor right here. I feel like every upgrade, they make sure that this is one of the best one out there. But I almost feel like between the 14 and 15, there is a slight difference. I don't know if you guys notice that or not. I'm going to step out of the way and let you guys see that. Yeah, so if you pop 13 and 14 side by side, they're kind of the same, in my opinion. Kind of the same. But then you jump over 15, there is a slight difference there. You can see from 14 to 15, right? And now look at 16. And now let's pop in the 17. You guys can see that right there. I think 17 to me looks the best. Obviously is the latest one, but now don't look at the cropping here, guys. I don't want you to look at how it's cropped in or not. You can see more of the tree on some and some you can't. The reason why I don't want y'all to do that is because, well, here's the thing. It's really hard to align all these phones together on this little tripod right here. So I didn't even try, okay? All I did was just pop the phone on there, just make sure they're kind of in the same view so you guys see the image quality rather than the cropping, all right? Well, yeah, that's what they look like right here. Now, once again, I'm gonna step out of the way so you guys can see the dynamic range, the reflection, the sky, that kind of stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of branch and trees in the way, but use your imagination. All right, so right now I'm testing the 2x millimeter. So if I look over here, the 13 Pro Max versus the 14 Pro Max, that's where the differential is. The differential, is that a word? Differentiate? Anyway, 13 does not have a 2x. You look at it right there. It's only 1 time and 3 times. If you look at the 14, it's got 1, 2, and 3 times. And obviously 15, 16, 17 all have the 2 times. That's the difference between 13 and 14 right there. If you care about the 2 times, then I guess upgrade to the 14. But yeah, that's it right there. Anyway, right now, all of them are pointing at this house right here. So I want you guys to take a minute, look at the detail on that one. Remember, look at the sky, look at the color of the sky, that kind of stuff. Look at the details in the branch and so on and so forth, okay? I'm gonna give you guys a minute, then I'll be back. Okay, so next up, let's look at the 3 times lens. iPhone 13 Pro Max does have a 1 time and a 3 time lens, right? So I can do that. And remember, it's recording while I'm changing lens here, right? So you can do that. For some reason, on 13 Pro Max, it didn't want you to do the 0.5 while it's recording. It's weird. Okay, 3 times on the 14, right there. Look how smooth that zooming is right there, okay? That 2 times and then that 3 times right there. Look how smooth that is on the 14. Here's a 1 time and then a 3 time on the 13 Pro Max. See how jagged it is? Well, it kind of stutter a little bit. With the 14, you go 1 time, then you go 3 times. Look how smooth that is, all right? Next, we're gonna go over to the 15 here. Now, for some reason, the 15, they remove the 3 times. So you don't get the 3 times anymore. Now you get a 5 times. Okay, so you got 1 time, 2 times, and 5 times. So I'm gonna zoom in on the 5 times. Boom, right there. Same thing with 16, 5 times. Boom, right there. And then the 17, they change it up a little bit more. So now you got 1 time, 2 times, 4 times, and then 8 times, which is weird. Okay, anyway, now this is 4 times. So we're not comparing apple to apple here, but I do want you guys to take a look at the quality of the lens, of the image, okay? Now, I'm gonna adjust a little bit on the 15 so that you guys can actually see the house. Let me do that. iPhone 13 Pro Max, 3 times. Okay, 1 and 3 times. That's all that it has when it comes to zoom. 14 Pro Max, 1, 2, and 3. It has all 3 options for you right there. So that's the upgrade from 13 to 14. Now, the 15, 1, 2, and 5, not 1, 2, and 3. Okay, see that? 1, 2, and 5 on the 15. So On the 15, they really went all out, pushed the limit for the zoom. So you can see the image quality right there on the 5, on the 15, not the 5. Whew. Boy, I'm getting all my numbers mixed up. Anyway, now let's look at the 16. And this is 16 right here. Let me tilt this a little bit so you guys can kind of see the image quality from the house. There we go. So 16 Pro Max. I think the image quality of the telephoto lens is much better from what I'm seeing right now. You guys let me know what you think. All right. Now, the 17 Pro Max does not have a 5. They have a 4 and then they have an 8, which is a 200 millimeter. Okay, so 17 has an 8. So, but right now we're looking at the 4 times. I forgot what 4 times, how many millimeter that is. But anyway, you can see the difference right there. So now, this is all the range of every single phone right now. And that's what we're looking at right there. Okay, so now the ultimate test. This is the telephoto lens. This is the reason why you upgrade to the 17 Pro Max, all right? The 8 times. 8 times is 200 millimeter, which is one of the best, I guess, zoom that you can get out there. You don't understand. Getting a telephoto lens that has 200 mil at f2.8 and that kind of stuff is super expensive, okay? And Apple has built this 8 times right there. And now 16 Pro Max, it can only go up to 5 times right there, which I'm leaving alone. Compare that right there, 16 to 17. Is it worth it? Is it worth more zoom? You tell me. Now we're gonna put all of these side by side so that you guys can kind of see what you're missing out on in terms of zoom, because really that is the main reason why you want to upgrade right there is the zoom lens. Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Hopefully I can put it all together on one screen for you. Okay. So right now you guys probably thinking, okay, well, that's the test right there. Nope. I got one more test. Now, the one thing about the 0.5 on all of these is the macro ability, okay? And I want to show you guys the macro ability on all of these. So let's do that. Okay, folks, so right now I have a piece of leaf right here. I'm going to show you guys the macro ability on all of these and let you see the quality on that, all right? We're going to start with the 13 Pro Max first. All right, so right now I'm covering this lens up with a leaf. Let you guys see the macro right there. So right now you're looking at the 14 Pro Max. This is the macro ability on that. Okay, so right now you're looking at the 15. This is the 15 macro right here. All right, so now let's jump over to the 16 macro. Okay, so now the 17. All right, guys, so there you have it. That's the test right there for 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 Pro Max. You know, if you're on the market for a phone and you're wondering, should I go to the latest and greatest? What model number should I go to? Well, there you have it. From 13 all the way to 17. That's all the camera feature right there. I hope I touch on some of the most important aspect of upgrading from something like a 14 to a 17, and let you guys see that, how significant it is, how important it is to you. Shooting more and more, I really don't see the benefit though of upgrading from like a 15 to a 17 if I'm only using wide angle lens, right? Because the wide angle lens all look really good on here, to be honest with you. It's just a telephoto lens, if that's important to you. And I feel like going from 16 to 17, which I've been testing out lately, that the telephoto from 16 to 17 has improved quite a bit because of the new sensor. So if that's important to you, you shoot sports, 17 is the way to go. 200 mil is awesome. It looks crisp and clean, unlike the 16 telephoto. It's kind of muddy. Anyway, hope that helps you. Let me know. Have a good one. Bye-bye.